I'm gonna expect you guys to know this. I will not give you these formulas. What's the difference between the perimeter and the area?
The area is like the surface area, I guess, within the square, and then the perimeter is the outside.
Yeah, this is the inside. This is, yeah, around the outside. Does anybody have any little tricks you remember for how, or you use for how to remember which is which? If you ever, and I'm gonna ask that a lot during the semester, because if you got a little trick that works, it'll work for somebody else, maybe. And I say maybe because I had a student one time who was prior to military. So I know perimeter because we're on guard duty, we had to walk the perimeter of camp. Great. He's the only one in the class with military experience, so it didn't do anything for anybody else. Why is it important to know the difference here? Yeah, so what's that got to do with it? Real life. If you're gonna paint that wall, what do you need to know? The perimeter or the area?
Perimeter.
If the perimeter's around the outside, you're painting the whole thing, aren't you?
Well, I guess I was thinking of like taping.
What about the floor? If you're gonna recarpet this floor, you need the perimeter or the area? If you walk in with the wrong number to the floor store, you just done wasted a bunch of money, didn't you? Because they're not gonna know what the hell you're talking about. Or if they do, they give it to you and it's a lot smaller than you think. Like, for example, let's say this room is what? If this is 25 feet by 20 feet, give me the perimeter and give me the area. How would you find the perimeter here?
Add 25 to 25.
Yeah. You could do the 20 plus 20 plus 25 plus 25. You get a total of what? 90?
Yeah.
Or your textbook is going to want you to use this. What's going on with that? 2L plus 2W. 2 times the length of 25, 2 times the width of 20, you still get 90. Well, wait, there's more. What's going on there? You could do it, yeah, you could distribute them, or say, okay, we got one group of these. Aren't those two numbers the same as these numbers? So we got two groups of the same two numbers. 2 times 25 plus 20. Which way should you use? Whichever one you can wrap your head around. This is what I mean. Is there one way to do this? No. So why on earth would I insist that you know one way? The reason why your instructors have all gone with one way only, because math people are arrogant. To them, that's the most efficient way to do it. If I give you directions from here to the mall and you don't understand them, is that efficient for you? Is there more than one way to get to the mall? Does it really matter which way you go? As long as you get there. That's my viewpoint on math. As long as you can get there, I don't care how long it takes. What about the area then? Yeah, it's length times width, and unfortunately, that's about the only way we got to do it. So it's going to be 25 times 20, which is 500. Yeah, never trust me when I'm doing math in my head, okay? I expect, if I make a mistake up here, I expect somebody to correct me, okay? I don't want you taking the wrong information off. 500 what? What's the label?
Squared? No, that's not right. Inches? Feet. I don't know.
This is 20, this is 25 feet. times 20 feet. The 25 times 20 gives me the 500. What's feet times feet give you? 8 squared.
Yeah,
Yeah. See, you're second guessing yourself, and you're fine. You got it. What's the difference between feet squared and square feet?
500 squared, but no, I get it.
Did we multiply something by itself to get 500? No. What's the difference between this and that? The color of the frost. Math is just cupcakes. Sometimes they give you a cupcake with white frosting. Sometimes they give it to you with blue frosting. It's still the same frosting. You're going to find a lot of times they dress stuff up and it makes it look like it's different, but it's not. It's the same thing. Probably they did this because math people are lazy. It's easier to type this than it was to put the square feet. What's the label over on the perimeter side? Is it also square feet? This would be feet plus a feet, here's the board. Yes. Your homework when we get to the online stuff, we'll start asking us things like that. I'm not so worried about it, probably should be, but oh, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, book-wise, we will, as I mentioned, we will not be using the textbook at all during the first 2 weeks. Everything we're doing is, this is what your textbook looks like. But before you go by it, once everybody else joins us in 2 weeks, all of your homework will be online in my math lab. There is an electronic version of this textbook in my math lab. It comes with it. So if you want to buy this for an extra $100, go for it. Or you can bring us lunch. Either one. We don't do any work out of the book itself. I will pull it up on the screen to pick questions out to work on in class, but there will be no homework in the book. So if you really want to buy it, go for it. Yes, ma'am.
You can pay for the online version?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's like half of what you would get. If you bought this with the access, it's going to be $200+. Yeah, exactly. For a class you're never going to take again, right? Oh no, I want that for using for, yeah, right. Yeah. I still have books over from college. I want to keep that in case I want to use it later. Take your books back right away. Don't do what I did and save them all for your senior year. You're gonna take them all back and get the big boatload of money, right? Yeah, I took in 5 boxes and took out 4. We don't use that anymore. No. Take them back right away.